If you want to be a creator or have any love for creators on this platform, then I promise you this is an important video to watch. It is imperative that this issue is talked about along with all other issues pertaining to YouTube copyright on the platform, especially this one because it's very different from any of the ones that I've heard about before. You've probably seen videos such as these discussing copyright claims running rampant across YouTube. These videos describe rogue channels run by criminals exploiting the copyright system on YouTube to make a quick buck with claims made on small and large channels alike. Stealing, by the way. They're stealing money. But they aren't cause for YouTube to remove your channel. Now facing a copyright strike of my own, I thought about making my own video like the ones I've just shown. But then I found out my case is a bit different. You see, I took some time off this week to visit my grandparents. During this time, I received an email regarding a copy strike on the channel run by my girlfriend and I, Gulek's Warframe. The strike was for this video, now posted on Patreon, completely free to view so you can judge for yourself if this was right or wrong. This was a strike, not a claim, as the video had been claimed since we first posted it before anyone had ever watched it. Allow me to quickly explain the difference between a strike and claim, as most people don't yet know the difference. Feel free to use the chapters below. A copyright claim has multiple levels to it and is always the first step toward a copy strike. But strikes typically do not happen for creators like myself following the rules. A claimant has many options that greatly benefit them while allowing creators to continue using the claimed content. These options include receiving all the revenue generated by the video, sharing revenue, or even blocking it from certain regions. They also have an option to release the claim. Imagine if they ever used that option. However, there is one option that only people straight from hell choose to use in situations such as ours: the copyright strike and removal of the content. This action is necessary as some creators falsely claim content as their own, monetize content that does not comply with fair use, or outright post entire movies, songs, and other media on their channels. And yes, this option should remain, as manpower required to review every issue with claims flagged by the automated system is beyond YouTube or any dedicated third party at this time. It's also the only way to ensure companies don't sue YouTube directly when these issues with copyright come up. YouTube channels are limited to 3 strikes within a 90-day period, or else they face complete deletion of their channel. In addition, creators are now required to take a class provided by YouTube in order to remove the first strike at all. Now back to the strike we received. This copyright strike was surprising, as I knew everything monetized on our channel was either covered by fair use, original content, or edited to remove any copyrighted material with YouTube's edit tool. There are a few instances of copyright claims, but these are a non-issue even when issued illegally or without recognizing proper fair use. A claim often feels more like a trade. New people are exposed to us as content creators, and we just let the owner or thief have the ad revenue from the video. Both parties are typically happy in the early stages of a YouTube channel with this trade, because once you grow to a size worthy of recognition, you can just argue for fair use directly with a contact at YouTube and have these claims resolved in your favor. Basically, we bite the bullet now to keep our small channel and avoid strikes. It's important to note that we never made money from this content of over 42,000 views, and even linked people watching it back to the main channel that posted it. This gave them a 2x on ad revenue from many viewers, as they will go back to the original to watch without commentary or to share with a friend easily. I continued looking into the copyright strike as best I could with my phone. I expected to see something like when my own original music had been claimed on our channel in the past by some random named company. This video was claimed by Channel 4 UK. Yeah, that one. And if you don't know who they are, I'm going to explain why it's a massive surprise that they retaliated with a strike, and a way bigger problem for creators on YouTube. First thing to know is that Channel 4 is a TV station in the UK. This is important because TV stations are huge advocates for fair use, as they report news, create documentaries, and even benefit from creators covering their content. Paying them to do so in many cases, it's become widely recognized that a content creator genuinely enjoying a snippet of mainstream content can spark huge success for shows or channels as a whole, meaning when it's done for free, that's a favor. In our case, it was done for free and they were making money from it. Bringing us to the second thing that is very important in this situation. Fair use exists in the UK as fair dealing. Direct from the UK Assets Publishing Service website, it clarifies that fair dealing can be ruled against if the work acts as a substitute for it, causing the owner to lose revenue. As I mentioned earlier, all revenue from the video was being collected by Channel 4 already and arguably created more revenue for them in addition to the video, as it not only advertised their channel, but linked directly to the original video for people to watch and share. This quote once again comes from a government-owned site discussing fair dealing and how it is to be treated in the UK, bringing me to my next point. Channel 4 is a publicly owned channel. If you play around with stocks, you might have the wrong idea right now, as that does not mean it is owned by shareholders, like it does when we say a company is publicly traded here in the US. In the UK, publicly owned means it is owned by the government. Channel 4 should be adhering to its own government regulations, especially if it's government owned. UK law and government aside, YouTube is owned and operates under Google, a US company. So for them to post content here to YouTube, they must agree to the same policy upheld by the US government that all creators accept when posting something on YouTube. Meaning fair dealing doesn't even apply here, they already agreed to fair use. Finally, companies that are the size of Channel 4 get sloppy with copyright sometimes, and our situation really shows how bad it can be. In the email alerting us of our copy strike, YouTube advised us to reach out and ask them to retract the strike and reinstate our video. Following this advice, I responded to the provided email of jharbison@channel4.co.uk. I was met with an auto response that he would be out of office until August 5th. Problem. It's August 21st. So Joe, that works at Channel 4 UK, owned by the UK government, hasn't removed his auto response for over 2 weeks. I was advised to reach out to Will Swanger without being provided a contact for Will. So this message is for Joe. You suck at your job, Joe. You are supposed to watch the content before choosing an option. You are losing Channel 4 money, and your own company doesn't believe in you, which is why all your emails end with, "Any views or opinions are solely those of the author and do not necessarily represent those of Channel 4 Corporation unless specifically stated," which continues, and this is my favorite part. "This email and any files transmitted are confidential and intended solely for the use of the individual or entity to which they are addressed." What kind of fantasy land are you living in? I double-checked because I was so shocked by this being part of an email. You in fact cannot make a communication confidential just by saying it is confidential. Both parties must agree. In short, Joe really fits in at Channel 4. But the Joe rant doesn't stop there because, as you might have noticed, Joe Harbison isn't listed as part of the team running the YouTube channel or even share the same URL as the contact email provided for Mashed. This leads me to believe Joe is part of a department handling all copyright claims for both their television side of things and YouTube side of the business. This is a massive issue because their YouTube channels must follow fair use, but things that are not posted to YouTube by Channel 4 fall under fair dealing. These are two vastly different issues, and Joe, Will, and whoever else works in this department are probably drowning in the YouTube claims protecting the TV shows with no time to even watch the content they are making decisions about. If I posted a whole show from Channel 4 to my channel and reacted to it, they are well within their rights to argue I infringed on their copyright laws in the UK. However, I'm reacting to a YouTube channel. Therefore, they forfeited the UK laws and are operating under YouTube policy and US laws. Honestly, the only good thing I have to say about Joe is that his email profile is a picture of a really nice cat. But even that is backhanded because this is a massive company, Joe. Get a proper headshot. We are currently taking steps to follow up with YouTube on this and claiming the video back as fair use since there is no sign of Joe or Channel 4 retracting the strike decision. Thank you for watching, and God save Channel 4 UK.